Good evening, everybody. This is meteorologist Zach Clark bringing you yet another discussion regarding the potentially historic storm system that is poised to impact many regions across North America. First and foremost, I want to thank each and every person that has subscribed to the channel. You guys are definitely truly amazing. It is honestly feels surreal regarding how fast the channel has been growing. It is an amazing experience, and Justin and I cannot wait to see where we go from here. If you guys are checking out our content and have not subscribed, please consider doing so to remain informed regarding the latest weather events taking shape. If you are subscribed to the channel, please enable notifications by clicking the bell to ensure that you do not miss any more information in the future. Also, feel free to chat with us in the comments section or send us an email at worldweatherauthority@gmail.com. We would definitely love to hear from you guys. Lastly, if you have the means to do so and would like to, please consider donating to the channel at the link in the description. Any amount helps us and continues to fund our channel and helps us catapult into the future by keeping up with the latest advanced computer models and simulations. Thank you again, and without further ado, let's chat about this next storm system. Alright guys, so as much of you are aware, millions of people across the continental United States are bracing for the coldest temperatures of the season, and quite frankly, the coldest Christmas on record. A massive, potent cold front is poised to sweep across the lower 48, bringing wild weather in all forms as well as extremely cold temperatures all the way down through the deep south. Coupled with these extremely cold temperatures, recent model guidance is showing a massive storm system tracking across much of the nation, bringing in decent snow and ice totals as well. Now, many questions and concerns have risen in our minds, as well as the millions of minds across the nation. These questions include, will I see a white Christmas? How cold are the temperatures going to drop down to? How much snow and ice will I see? Well, I have all the answers to those questions right here in this video, guys. So let's delve into where this cold air is originating from. This cold pool of air, known as the polar vortex, is being ushered in by this colossal storm system, and the cold air itself is originating from Siberia, which is one of the coldest locations on our planet. Some locations within Siberia witness temperatures plummet to nearly 80 degrees below zero, and unfortunately, that same air will be heading into the lower 48 next week. So now, guys, I mentioned the polar vortex, so what does this actually mean? Well, let's take a look. Normally, cold air such as the temperatures that we're about to see would remain locked into place within the region of Siberia. However, an extremely interesting weather pattern shift is about to go down. Meteorologists refer to this wacky pattern as the Siberian Express. This plume of extremely cold Arctic air will be advected by an advancing high-pressure zone in the region of Siberia. This massive high-pressure zone will force this extremely cold air out of Siberia. So where is this cold air headed? Well, this cold air will be following a zone carved out by this blocking high-pressure zone in a clockwise direction through the Arctic Circle, making its way into northern Canada and finally spilling into the continental United States. At the present time, however, I am not 100% certain about how extreme this cold air will be just yet, since we are still a ways out. However, we can refer to meteorological models to help guide us in the right direction. So unlike the last system we observed, a full-on blizzard event took place over the northern plains, and a massive severe weather event took place within the south and southeast. However, this system will be much different and much more complex than that system, thus creating a nightmarish headache in terms of forecasting for meteorologists across the nation. The main differences with this system look to be that the colder air will be displaced much further to the south, and the thunderstorm activity looks to remain over the open waters of the Gulf of Mexico, down through Cuba into the Caribbean. So now, without further ado, let's delve into the models, shall we? Breaking this down day by day, let's start off with the conditions depicted on the model for today into tonight. We still have some persistent light snow showers ongoing within the Great Lakes region, as well as up into the Canadian provinces, which include Ontario, Quebec, and into New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. We also have some showers developing into the portions of southern Texas from San Antonio to Houston. These showers look to remain light in terms of intensity, We also see the beginnings of what could be a historic winter storm coming into the Pacific Northwest, stretching into extreme portions of southern Canada. The aforementioned cold air from Siberia will begin spilling into the region as well, where temperatures within the northern plains will begin to dip below zero. All right, guys, let's switch over to the we'll actually switch over to the wind chills because this is definitely playing a big major role into this. We can definitely see that extreme cold pool of air is heading in just to the north of Pacific Northwest, where wind chill values look to reach to 43 degrees below zero. So up in this region here, guys, you can see that minus 43. That is definitely very, very cold. And before we go any further, let's look at the high temperatures we have seen and are seeing within the lower 48. High temperatures near the World Weather Authority studio here in Pittsburgh have only reached to the lower 30s. Unfortunately, I think these temperatures are cold. However, I will really be complaining as we march into next week. Some areas in North Dakota have highs that are not even above zero today, guys. So that's definitely pretty crazy to see. So you can see -1 up here into northern North Dakota, and you can see even into north central Montana as well, sitting at -1. So that's definitely very cold, guys. So it's definitely crazy to think that temperatures will get colder than this. However, it does seem that this will be the case. Low temperatures tonight into tomorrow look to plummet for sure, especially within the northern plains, where low temperatures may reach 12 degrees below zero. Much of the country will begin to feel this cold snap as well. Take a look at the regions into northern Texas, where lows are forecasted to dip below freezing tonight. So take a look at that, guys. You see 30, 29, 32 into northern Texas. Even into portions of northern Florida as well, may see temperatures hovering just above freezing tonight as well. So you have 33 degrees here, guys, in northern Florida. So it's definitely very cold. And as I stated previously, this isn't even the worst of the cold just yet. If you're venturing out tonight, please take the necessary precautions to protect yourself from these colder temperatures. All right, guys, moving on to Monday. And throughout the day, we will see much of the same weather. However, it does look like portions of the deep south, which include the entire state of Louisiana, will observe some precipitation, heavy at times, in the form of rain, especially along the coast into New Orleans. Portions of north central and up through portions of Kansas, so north central Oklahoma, into portions of Kansas, will observe some light snow showers during this time frame. A shortwave low pressure system will also be setting up a broad area of light snow across much of Minnesota, Iowa, down through north central Missouri, as well as portions of the Great Lakes, which includes Buffalo and points to the south and east. All right, guys, so regarding the rain and the possible storms into portions of the deep south along the Gulf Coast, the SPC has issued a general thunderstorms outlook for this region. So increasing surface winds within this region will slightly amplify the potential temperatures within this zone, resulting in isentropic lift, allowing for the generation of moderate to heavy rain showers and possibly some non-severe thunderstorms to develop as elevated convection forms. These showers and storms will work their way over from eastern Texas around noon, eventually making their way over to Louisiana and southern Mississippi into the evening and overnight hours, with CAPE values, or convective available potential energy values, reaching into the 500 to 700 joules per kilogram range, especially into eastern Texas and southern Louisiana. A few pockets of small hail may form as well. The threat of widespread thunderstorm activity remains low at this time, thus the tornado threat and damaging wind threat is minimized. And temperatures along the Gulf Coast look to remain within the 50 to 60 degree range. However, temperatures further to the north into northern Texas and Oklahoma look to range just above freezing to below freezing. So further to the north, in northern plains, temperatures look to remain within the teens. In the case of northern North Dakota, below zero. Much of Florida looks to climb into the 60s, upper 60s, and lower 70s. If you have any plans, especially Christmas shopping to finish, I definitely recommend completing this throughout the day on Monday, if possible. Take a look at the wind chill values, guys. Wind chill values across much of the central and northern U.S. will remain below zero throughout the day on Monday, as winds out ahead of this developing monster storm look to be on the increase. These wind chills below freezing will eventually spread into Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi, with northern Florida getting near that temperature as well. Here in Pittsburgh on Monday, wind chill values will dip into the teens as we head into the evening hours. Please make sure you are prepared for cold temperatures like this. Please wear clothing in layers. Hypothermia can set in within a short amount of time, so please do not be caught outdoors for prolonged amounts of time. Alright guys, let's take a look at the low temperatures on Monday. They look to remain relatively warm within the state of Florida. However, you can see that sharp boundary across the heart of the nation here, guys. You can see this massive boundary here. Low temperatures in portions of Montana and North Dakota will plummet to around 25 degrees below zero. And these are actual real-time temperatures, guys. So this will be Monday evening into Monday night, into the overnight hours, into Tuesday. So just imagine 25 degrees below zero, and this isn't even the coldest air yet, guys. So moving into Tuesday, areas along the Gulf Coast will play host to rain showers and possible non-severe thunderstorms. Some torrential downpours and small hail are certainly possible, especially within the southeastern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, and into Florida region as well. Snow will appear across portions of the northern Great Lakes into southern Ontario and will move up to the north and northeast as the day marches on. Snow will begin to develop within the Rockies as well as the storm system begins coming ashore into portions of the Pacific Northwest later on the day in Tuesday. High winds are expected to continue as well through much of the northern plains, ranging between 35 and 55 miles per hour, causing the wind chill factor to plummet. So we'll take a look at that, guys. Wind chill values of nearly 30 below zero will be possible across North Dakota. Again, please dress warm if you must venture outdoors. Wind chill values will also dip below freezing into portions of the deep south as well. Northern Texas will see wind chill values within the teens Tuesday evening into the overnight hours. This will be prominent near the World Weather Authority studio in Pittsburgh as well. So regarding the heavy downpours and possible non-severe thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast into portions of Florida, the SPC has once again issued a general thunderstorm risk across these regions. Instability values will remain weak once again, limiting the severe weather threat, which is good news after those storms a few days ago. However, the potential for small hail, torrential rain, and gusty winds remains likely. Take a look at the high temperatures on Tuesday. They look to be around climatological normal for much of the nation, except into portions of the northern plains, where the very cold Siberian air will be funneling in. Highs are expected to only range from 0 to 15 below zero in certain locations. And you guys can see down here also into Florida, we're looking at 59, ranging all the way from 59 to 77 degrees. New Orleans, you guys will be sitting at 57 degrees on Tuesday, stretching all the way down to the Gulf Coast. You can see these 50s are prominent. Northern Texas reaching up to 45 degrees. Pittsburgh, PA, 38 degrees. Over into Cleveland, 38. And you can see much of the nation here extending into the 40s, upper 30s, 40s, mid 40s, all the way up into the 50s as well. Taking a look at the low temperatures. So low temperatures stretching from north central Texas all the way through the Tennessee Valley region will be hovering right around freezing. Lows in the Pittsburgh area will dip to 25 degrees. So it's definitely going to be a pretty cold night here. And I kind of say that lightly and loosely because the temperatures are definitely going to drop here. Coming into Wednesday, Thursday, and all the way through Christmas Eve and Christmas Day as well. We'll definitely get into that here, guys. Alright guys, so moving into Wednesday, the axis of stronger rainfall activity moves off the coast into the Caribbean and Bahamas. So you can see this activity moving off to the east. However, the slight isentropic lift that will be in place over or across the Gulf will once again bring in light rain into the New Orleans area and points south and east as well. And this will be a major day in terms of activity due to this massive winter storm system that we have been discussing. You can definitely see it's getting its act together right here over the Rockies, producing heavy snow. Light bands of snow will also, light to moderate bands of snow will be extending outwards into the east, into portions of the central U.S., as well as into northern Oklahoma. Cities along the Arkansas and Missouri border will also observe some light snow as well. Temperatures in the vicinity of this forming low pressure zone will remain below freezing, and we will observe a slight push of warm air along the Gulf Coast into Florida as well. Even into portions of Tennessee and Mississippi valleys, we'll see a slight warm up, and into portions of the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic as well. Temperatures here in Pittsburgh will hover in the lower 40s, so definitely a little bit better than what we've seen over the past couple days. Unfortunately, as we move to look at the low temperatures, the same cannot be said. As this massive storm system begins to dig further south, it will begin to push the Arctic air within it further south as well. Lows in northern Texas will be in the single digits at this point, and lows to the north will be well below zero. Pittsburgh will remain just below freezing, and the Gulf Coast will be cooling down into the upper 40s, as well as the lower 50s as well. So New Orleans sitting at 51 for Wednesday night, and looks like right along the Gulf Coast, much of the same there, except when you get down into Florida, you got 61, 64, and even 70 down into Miami for lows. So definitely an interesting play here, guys. Take a look at these wind chill values. Strong winds will also be bringing down the wind chill values. Within the northern plains, wind chill values will be ranging from 30 to 45 degrees below zero here, guys. It's definitely going to be cold in many locations, thus please remember to bundle up. Let's take a look at that one more time, guys, before we move forward. Look at this, minus 50 degrees in portions of southern Canada here. Minus 48, almost minus 50 here in Montana. Same can be said for northern North Dakota into South Dakota. And you can see these wind chill values even marching down to the south. Just let this load a little bit here. Check that out, guys. 19 in Texas here. 13 and 8 in Kansas. 21. That's definitely going to be a very, very cool day on Wednesday. All right, guys, let's move into Thursday. The system will take a big dive to the south to the near the El Paso, Texas region. Some snow showers will be invading northern Texas and across much of Oklahoma. Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, and the Great Lakes will be getting into the action as well. A short burst of energy moving up the eastern coast will also influence a mixed bag of precipitation to form over the mid-Atlantic into Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey, Virginia, North Carolina, as well as South Carolina. The heavy band of rain will extend from near Washington, D.C. down through the northeastern tip of South Carolina. Heavy snow will be forming into northern Virginia, central Maryland, and into the mountainous terrain of Pennsylvania, possibly even extending into the Pittsburgh area. Another burst of energy will be taking place along the Gulf Coast to the south of Mississippi and Georgia, impacting Florida. Some pockets of heavy rain and small hail will also be possible in these regions. Take a look at the temperatures here, guys. During this period, a warm-up along the Gulf Coast into Florida will take place, with temperatures rising into the 60s and 70s. However, this will not last long as this monster system takes a dive to the south, bringing in freezing temperatures to the Gulf Coast. Check this out, guys. So look at the high temperatures on Thursday, and look at these massive low temperatures for Thursday night as well. You can see the big difference. You can see New Orleans sitting in the 60s for the highs on Thursday, and then down to 26 degrees Thursday night. So that's definitely going to be a very, very strong storm system here, guys. You can see even northern Texas, 15 degrees, the low of -1. Even northern Florida, 67, with a low of 38. That's definitely a very, very strong storm here, guys. Sorry about that. Cat likes to crawl around a lot. Alright, so guys, wind chill values in northern Louisiana will plummet into the single digits and will plummet to below zero for much of Texas, the central U.S., and into the northern plains. Millions of people will be affected by these extremely cold wind chills, especially heading into Thursday evening and Friday morning, guys. So let's move into that. This big-time storm system on Friday into early Saturday will be moving into the mid-Atlantic and northeast region. It will be accompanied by heavy snow, strong winds, and extreme cold. Some icing events may take shape as well. Warm air will be intruding into the eastern side of this historic cyclone, bringing in a rain event to much of the eastern seaboard, as well as into portions of the southeast. Eventually, though, the extremely cold air will invade these locations as well, generating hazardous travel conditions. So we can take a look at that, guys. So you can see this warmer air intruding in on the eastern coast, even into Pittsburgh here, 37 degrees. Down here in Louisiana, New Orleans, you guys are sitting below freezing or just hovering above freezing. So that's definitely going to be a very cold day. These are high temperatures here, guys. And as you see the low temperatures, you can see Pittsburgh goes from 37 to 9 degrees. You can see along the eastern coast here, down into Myrtle Beach, 54 degrees for the high, down to 22 at night, guys. So definitely please make sure that you guys bundle up. I know many of you may not be used to these kind of temperatures, so definitely please heed the warnings and tune into your local National Weather Service office for more details, because these forecasts can change, or these model data can change very rapidly. So definitely please continue monitoring that. We will have more information as we go, as we march closer to that as well. But it's just insane to see Friday's high temperatures cover much of the country in below freezing temperatures. Let's go back to that. Except for locations in the warm air intrusion on the eastern side of the storm. Highs may reach into the upper 30s in Pittsburgh and into the 50s along the eastern United States coastline. Low temperatures, however, will plummet down below freezing for much of the area that experience a slight warm-up with the warmer air on the eastern side of this system. Some single digits will also appear, especially into Pittsburgh and into Ohio as well. Many locations back to the west of Ohio will see lows plummet below freezing, prompting the concern for prolonged exposure to the cold, leading to hypothermia. I definitely can't stress this enough, guys. Please bundle up, check on your neighbors, and stay warm. These temperatures will not be ones to play with, guys. Take a look at the wind chill factor, guys. It will dip below zero throughout much of Texas. Remember, guys, these conditions can become very dangerous in a hurry. Power grids may start to fail due to overuse. Wind chill values may reach near 50 degrees below zero in the northern plains. Even southern Louisiana may observe single-digit wind chills, as well as into Friday night into Saturday. So it's definitely going to be very, very cold down here, guys. New Orleans, it's definitely going to be a very, very cold shock. And half of Florida will also see... let me check here on the back end of this. So you can see, guys, even half of Florida will experience below freezing wind chills, guys. So that's definitely a sign of how strong this system actually is. So please remember to bundle up as we head into Christmas Eve, guys. This could be very well the coldest Christmas Eve and Christmas on record for many, many locations. All right, guys, as we head into Christmas Eve and into the very, very early hours of Christmas, the massive storm system we have been talking about will be on its way out, but the cold air will be locked in place. Snow will still be ongoing through portions of the mid-Atlantic into the northeast, and another short wave will be making its way out of the Rockies, bringing in more light snow to the central U.S., and yet another storm system will be entering the Pacific Northwest. Just what we need, right, guys? You can see that system right here getting its act together. Let's see here. Look at the end of this, guys. Here comes that storm system. So it does look like we have another one coming into the Rockies. So we'll definitely have to monitor that to see what happens with that as well. Cold air will be in place all the way down this 540 line. If you follow this 540 line here, guys, that takes it all the way down through northeastern Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. So definitely as the system comes in, the cold air will be in place for some snow to occur. This is leading into Christmas and after Christmas and eventually the week beyond, but we will have some more data on this next storm system as well. And look at these temperatures, guys. I mean, it's a very, very cold Christmas. I mean, we have low temperatures here in the Pittsburgh area, possibly reaching down. It says 9 here, but I've seen other models take it down to as low as 4 degrees here in the Pittsburgh area. And I've seen temperatures in northern Louisiana get down into the lower 20s as well, and the mid 20s for lows on Christmas Day. So guys, it's definitely going to be very cold here. Let's take a look at these wind chills. You can see there's below zero wind chills here during the overnight, during Saturday, Christmas Eve into Sunday, Christmas Day. So like I said before, it's definitely going to be one of the coldest, if not the coldest, Christmas Eve and Christmases we've ever seen on record here, guys. You can see some of these wind chills minus 37, minus 40, even into Indiana and Ohio. We're in the minus 20s here, guys. So definitely please bundle up and check on your neighbors, and make sure your family is safe. Try to avoid, I know it's Christmas and I know you guys want to see your families and stuff, but some travel conditions may become hazardous, and remember, your life is more important than where you're going. Alright guys, so let's take a look at Sunday into Monday. You can see this next storm system coming in. It's a little short wave here, turns into a short wave, and you can see a little bit of snow heading down into the Great Lakes region, eventually heading up into portions of the mountainous terrain here in the Appalachian Mountains. And at the end of this, you can see yet another storm system coming ashore, guys. So it's definitely, we're entering a very active weather pattern here, guys. So definitely be on the lookout for more information as we continue on. Take a look at these temperatures. Christmas Day here, guys. You can see in the morning here, 12 degrees. I'm sorry, 9 degrees in the morning, possibly even lower than that in the Pittsburgh area. And you can see all of this cold air punching down to the south, even into the 20s and maybe mid-20s, lower 20s here in northern Louisiana, even into Texas here, guys. Let's take a look at Florida. Below freezing temperatures in northern Florida, possibly even extending down almost into central Florida here, guys. So this is pretty unprecedented. It's not a uncommon event, but it is rare. It does happen from time to time, but it's not very prominent. So it's definitely interesting to see these values show up. Wind chill factor, guys, you can see there were some below zero temperatures here in the Pittsburgh area, even down through much of the Tennessee area, Tennessee Valley, Ohio Valley region, getting below zero here. But it looks like we are experiencing that warm up as this system does eject off to the northeast, taking some of that cold air with it, but unfortunately the cold air will still be stretching down to northern Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana as well. Let's take a look at the snowfall here, guys. This is from this is from now all the way through 12 a.m. Monday, December 26th. You guys can see some of these snow totals. We have nearly a foot of snow here in Iowa. We have more than a foot of snow in some of these sort of burgundy colors here in Nebraska. And up here, up near the lakes here, guys, we have 30 inches. This is northeastern Wisconsin. Let's take a look at the Midwest. You can see this massive swath of, a foot or 2 feet of snow. Definitely possible here. So the low looks like it's going to track right where the cursor is, guys. So right through eastern Kentucky into West Virginia and right to the south of the Pittsburgh area. So that's why you'll see some of these snow totals here starting to come down. But it looks like the recent model data has come out. So the newest data, Justin and I will be doing a video probably later on tonight. Take a look at that. But it definitely looks like snow totals will be increasing in this area once again. Take a look at the central U.S., so down through Oklahoma. Some areas getting 6 to 7 inches of snow in Oklahoma. And that extends all the way into Kansas as well, even through portions of northern Arkansas into much of Missouri. And you can see Iowa here, some areas of 1 foot of snow or more appearing, even into Illinois as well. Take a look at the southern U.S. You can even see northern Louisiana getting almost 2 inches of snow here, guys. So that's definitely interesting to see. Central Mississippi, a little over an inch. Even into portions of Texas here, we can see 2 to 5 inches of snow here. So it's definitely a very, very strong storm system coming in. Take a look at the Ohio Valley. As I mentioned before, this big, massive swath of snow. You can see right here Lake Erie getting pounded, almost 30 inches of snow. Looks like the lake effect machine will turn on once again. Appalachian Mountains getting nearly a foot to 2 feet of snow as well. Pittsburgh area getting about 4.5, but as I said, Justin and I will probably do a video later on showing that these snow totals are actually starting to increase once again. So it looks like the track is shifting. And in mid-Atlantic here, guys, pretty much the same. You can see some of these values here, even down into extreme portions of northwestern South Carolina, getting just 1/10 of an inch of snow here. And even into portions of much of Tennessee is covered by snow here. So it's definitely an interesting storm system to witness, guys. And this is where the big bullseye is coming in, guys. Almost 42 inches of snow here into Canada. And we have a big bullseye here. So actually there is some 50s appearing here. And we actually see right here, guys, Buffalo, New York. It could be a very, very extreme event. Some of these values showing 52 inches plus. So that's definitely a major system. We'll definitely keep our eye on that. And we're taking a look at the freezing rain within the Ohio Valley as well. So you can see some of these totals here. A little bit into portions of northwestern Tennessee, into central and northern Kentucky, stretching into Ohio here as well. You can definitely see here into Virginia is where there's a big bullseye of ice. This could be up to, it looks like up to a half an inch or an inch of ice here. These values do change very rapidly. And it looks like if the track does shift, then these ice totals will shift as well. So we'll definitely take a look at that. But here's the big bullseye up into Canada. So we're looking at almost an inch of ice here, or an inch of freezing rain, I should say. So that's definitely a very significant amount. This will bring power lines down, trees down. Unfortunately, just in time for Christmas. So hopefully that does not happen. We definitely don't want to see anybody's Christmases ruined by this storm system. But unfortunately, it does look like that is going to happen. So wherever you are, guys, definitely please keep your eye on the weather. Please refer to your National Weather Service office located near you to get the latest information. Definitely come back here to the World Weather Authority channel here on YouTube. We'll definitely be providing more information as time goes on. Taking a look at Pennsylvania for everybody here. My family and friends that live here. So you can definitely see some rain coming in, and then this big swath of snow comes behind it, guys. This is between the 22nd and 26th, so 1 p.m. Tuesday through 1 a.m. Monday. You definitely see the snowfall totals here definitely increasing. Take a look at 0.3 of an inch all the way up to about 4.5 inches of snow. Somerset, the big area in the mountains here, almost 18 inches. You can see Erie getting nearly 30 inches of snow here. Some of these areas up here as well, to the northeast of Lake Erie, may see upwards of 30 inches. So it's definitely very interesting to see. Philadelphia looking at 1/10 of an inch. You guys are looking at mostly rain here. Maybe some icing happening as well. Harrisburg 1.5 inches. Williamsport 2.2 inches. Looks like State College was just over 7 inches there, guys. Let's confirm that here. So yeah, 7.1 inches I believe is what I saw. Let's see, 7 inches. Altoona 7.4. There it is. 7.1 in State College. 7.4 in Altoona. And then let's take a look at Christmas morning, guys, with the wind chill and the temperatures. So it looks like the Pittsburgh area at 5 a.m. will be at 10 degrees. Grove City at 5 degrees. Erie at 9. Somerset at 4 degrees. But you can see these wind chill values will definitely become the issue here, guys. Somerset at -11 for the wind chill. Pittsburgh -1. Grove City -9. Erie at -10. Altoona -2. And the temperature in Altoona is 9 degrees at 5 a.m. on Christmas morning, guys. So you can definitely see why we were talking about that this will be one of the coldest Christmases on record, guys. All right, guys, let's take a look at the World Weather Authority Christmas week forecast for Pittsburgh. So we're taking a look at Thursday, looking at a high of 42 degrees with some mixed precipitation and heavy travel disruptions definitely possible. We're looking at 2 to 3 inches of snow at the current time and a glaze of ice as well. So definitely please use caution while driving. Mixed precipitation and gusty winds Thursday night into Friday with a low of 25 degrees. Moving into Friday, the 23rd, we have a high of 31 with periods of snow, very gusty winds. We're looking at 1 to 2 inches of snow on Friday. As we move into Friday night, light snow, very cold and gusty winds with a low of 6 here, guys. So it's definitely going to be very cold. Moving into Christmas Eve, guys, the 24th, Saturday, we're looking at a high of 20 degrees, cloudy with snow showers and gusty winds. Looks like less than an inch of snow. We'll definitely keep everybody updated on what's going to happen between these 3 days as this major system comes through. And as we move into Saturday night, much of the same. We're looking at snow flurries and very cold temperatures with a low of 6. And as we said, wind chill values will be in the zeros. So as Santa's coming down to deliver the presents, guys, it's definitely going to be very cold. Hopefully Santa's bundled up for the extreme weather here. And moving into Christmas Day, Sunday the 25th, we're looking at a high of 21 with mostly cloudy skies, cold temperatures, and gusty winds still prominent. And Christmas night, guys, mostly clear skies, very cold with a low of 11. And we're still looking at wind chill values definitely near 0 or below 0 at this time. Moving into Monday, the 26th, the day after Christmas, we're looking at a high of 25 degrees, partly sunny with flurries in some areas. And we'll take a look at Monday night, mostly cloudy skies with a low of 19 degrees. All right, guys, we had 2 cities of the week, interestingly enough. So the first one is Stillwater, Oklahoma here, guys. This is for Christmas week forecast. So Thursday, we're looking at a high of 16 degrees. Very cold, cloudy skies with some snow showers in the area. Approximately an inch of snow expected in the Stillwater, Oklahoma area. It could possibly change. Some of the models, as we shown earlier, were showing between 6 and 7 inches. But right now, it's very, very hard to tell whether that it's going to come to fruition or not. The Thursday night, we're looking very cold, partly cloudy skies, very windy with a low of -3 degrees here, guys. And this is in Oklahoma, so you can definitely tell how strong this system is. Friday the 23rd, we're looking at 11 degrees for the high, partly sunny skies, very cold, still windy. Then we're moving down into Friday night, partly cloudy skies, very cold temperatures with a low of 1 degree. Moving into Christmas Eve, the 24th, Saturday, we're looking at a high of 26 degrees, partly sunny, cold at times. And then moving into Christmas Eve night, into Christmas, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, cold temperatures, and a low of 14 degrees. So definitely Santa has to be bundled up, guys. Definitely deliver presents in this area as well. So Sunday, Christmas Day, the 25th, we're looking at a high of 37 degrees, partly sunny and cold still. And then moving into Christmas night, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, very cold temperatures with a low of 22 degrees. And the day after Christmas, guys, Monday the 26th, we're looking at 41 degrees Fahrenheit, looking at partly sunny skies and a bit warmer. And as we move into Monday night, guys, mostly clear skies with a low of 25 degrees. And I actually had a subscriber email us about what they will see in Fargo, North Dakota here, guys. So definitely shout out to the subscriber that emailed. I do not know if I have your permission to say your name or your YouTube channel here, so I'm not going to do that at this time. If you would like to have your YouTube channel featured or your name featured, definitely send an email. I'll definitely be able to put that in the description. So Thursday the 22nd, we're looking at a high of -12 degrees, very, very cold, mostly cloudy skies, wind chills of -40 likely here, guys. Around an inch of snow. We're just keeping that as a sort of, prog here, guys, because definitely more snow is probably going to be expected, but that's what we're just going to say now as this system comes in, because we are still unsure about the variables and certain things that are going to go into the system. But Thursday night, we're looking at very cold, partly cloudy skies, very windy with a low of -17. Friday the 23rd, we're looking at a high of -9 degrees, partly sunny skies and bitterly cold temperatures. Friday night, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, very cold temperatures still at -14 degrees for the low. Saturday, Christmas Eve, we're looking at a high of -1 degree, and we have partly sunny skies and cold at times. And we're looking at Saturday night, Christmas Eve night into Christmas, partly cloudy skies, very cold, a low of -14 degrees here, guys. So definitely Santa has to bundle up, has to make sure that he has layers on and stay warm while traversing the night sky, delivering presents, guys. And into Christmas, we're looking at a high of 0 degrees, clouds building throughout the day, very cold temperatures. And into Christmas night, mostly cloudy skies, cold with a low of -4 degrees. And the day after Christmas, guys, we're looking at a high of 10 degrees with partly sunny skies and moving into mostly cloudy skies. Not as cold here, guys. Definitely not as cold as -12 for sure. And then moving into Monday night, we're looking at cold with snow showers and approximately an inch of snow expected with a low of 3 degrees here, guys. All right, guys, thank you for joining me during this video. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and definitely share this information if you can. And if you have the means to donate, please definitely try to do so if you can. It definitely helps our channel out. As I said, moving forward, we're trying to get even more advanced models and more advanced simulations to aid in the presentation and make our channel more professional. But I definitely thank you guys, and if you guys have any questions, concerns, definitely leave them down in the comments, or just send us an email. Or if you guys want your city featured on a forecast, a weekly forecast, definitely send us an email or comment down below, and we will definitely do so. All right, guys, definitely appreciate it. And always remember, never stop chasing.